Good morning, Art-Alchemy. No coffee because I'm filming this the day before. It is 4th of July. I hope you guys had a good 4th of July. The 4th of July definitely came in to me as just the way I came in. I'll explain to you. But before I do that, I am drinking this the day before as a nice coffee. This Copingo Premium 3-in-1 strong and rich coffee mix. I got these are little packs, 30 of them that I got from Amazon. They came in a bigger pack and they're really good, you guys. I was trying to find instant coffee and then I came across this one. It has really good ratings. There's also like a blonde one, some other one, but I mix it with water just to see, and then yeah, and it's really good. And then I just did a splash of cream that I have and over ice, and it's so good, and you could totally smell it. So 3-in-1, it says it has cream and sugar already on it. Yeah, and as far as I know, it's like, I think it's Korean or something, Copingo. I think I recognize this because somebody had given me like a coffee candy with this brand. So I don't remember exactly when and where, but I do remember that because it's the same. So I give it a try and it's really good. Yeah. So let's talk about the 4th of July. So, well, actually, happy World Watercolor Month. I've been so not distracted, but some things have come up in my personal life that beyond my control that led to a spiral to a number of things. So let's chat a bit about that. And this will be, it won't be my last July video, but it will be one of the only videos in a while in the month of July. That's why I'm telling you that let's chat a bit, because the 4th of July definitely came in for me swinging and whatnot, because and I'm using some Dr. P.H. Martin, and then this is the only one of the De La Rani Aquafine watercolor ink, ultra pink. This is actually watercolor, and then the rest are just FWs. I'm feeling this color for whatever reason. But what I was trying to say and I love the way this dispersed. Ultramarine pink is one of my favorite watercolors. So this is a watercolor from De La Rani in the form of a liquid. So I love it because it has great granulation. So let's just chat a bit of what I'm feeling and what is happening in my personal life. Like I said, a number of things after a month of like fun and clarity. When I got to this place where I'm at, but I'm not gonna be here much longer. That's why I said this is probably gonna be one of the only videos in a while in the month of July. So the month ended abruptly for me after a really nice, gentle, carefree month. And I didn't know what to think about that, but I had a number of questions, and I do feel this is the reason that I was guided to come here. So I am still waiting with a lot of I'm still gonna get one more paycheck from my substitution, but that is coming up next week, and I'm happy about that. It's because of 4th of July. It's on a Friday, so they my pay got delay a bit. I mean, it didn't, but when they pay, normally they pay me sooner, but they can't because 4th of July, you know. So everything else got delayed. I had to borrow some money from my stepfather for my current landlord, and I don't know. That was the beginning of the end of June and the beginning of this 4th of July and this July. But overall, I'm actually pretty happy, you guys. My decisions of what it's been happening, but you know, I'm very transparent with you guys. So also, I got 3 signs. The first one was an abrupt thing from my landlord, abrupt chat that she should have had with me in when she was in a better state of mind, I think. But people do what they want, you know. I actually drove myself on that 1st of July to my where I used to live, and I drove myself through the street, and I was so proud of myself. I encountered no issues whatsoever, and I went and came back, no problem. Also, let me disperse this. So my stepfather, I noticed I did needed to move. The place was really calm and everything. My stepfather was fine. He had a number of concerns of me, and I reassured him I was fine. You know, I had, you know, this and that. My landlord was gone most of the month of June. She came back, you know, a few days before June ended, and she left right when I got here, almost like that following weekend. So, you know, it is what it is. And he was like telling me to, you know, be okay, you know, da 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 da, why did I move, and all this stuff. And I was like, we're not doing this anymore, and all this stuff. I'm okay where I'm at. I all thought I was kind of feeling unsure at this point, so I waited for longer. Believe it or not, I'm an alchemist, but I believe in God and the angels and the supreme power, whatever you want to call it, you know. But I am a God believer. I grew up Catholic, and I practice some of those, although I'm not a churchgoer, just let you guys know. But I do believe in the supreme. And I was like, that night I went, you know, I felt better. I gave my landlord what she was asking for, and I said, you have to wait, because I can't do, you know, everything's kind of like in a halt, and it's not in my, like, for whatever reason, that usually never happens to me. Okay, good. And I did get that day of art pastel paper, and I was like, oh, okay. So I got 36 minutes, I saw. So I was like, oh, okay, you know. And I was feeling of making that video, but then all this stuff. So after I went to go see my stepfather, so I felt pretty good, everything. I came back, no issues, and came back pretty early. And then I didn't take a nap, and I was like, oh, all this other stuff with my the class that I supposed to be retaking, and on Monday. And I say supposed to because I made a decision on that as well. And I was just kind of like, all this stuff, this is supposed to have been like a last peaceful, let me get my shit together week, and all this stuff. And it's been turning one thing after the other. And it's just something that I just felt like unsettled after that bit of a riff with my landlord. And the next day I gave her the check, and she was like a different person. I don't know. Maybe personalities, I don't know. But the point is that that night, July 1st, I said a little prayer, and I was like, angels, God, take the wheel. Well, the following day, I called my sister in the afternoon, and I gave her a reading. They were feeling kind of sad that I moved away, where she knows this area because she also lived over here, but not as long as I did, but she lived over here, and all this stuff. And I was like, oh, I went through all these cities, blah blah blah. Something about it's just eye-opening. And then we spoke our piece. She said, but get well, you know, da da da, and off we went. The next day, I called my stepfather, because where was it, the 3rd? Yeah, I wanted it early in the morning because I wanted to tell him whatever my sister said about, like, one of my cousins or whatever, and the cousins her daughters. Well, it turned out that my stepfather, to my surprise, he had gone out the day before and to go get some tacos, and he fell. And mind you, he's 77, and people were trying to help him and stuff, and my brothers were nowhere to be found when they kept calling and calling. So somebody gave him a ride back home because he couldn't drive himself. And he has arthritis, really bad arthritis on one of his knees, and he knows when it gives out, but for whatever reason he was trying to move when he could have just stayed put, you know. And I was like, oh my god, are you okay? And he's like, no, I couldn't go to sleep all night. I'm like, take some Tylenol. He's like, oh shoot, I forgot that I have Tylenol. I'm like, yeah, Tylenol for everything. So that just did not sit well, and I was like, oh no, I have to come back, because I just felt like an uncertainty, you know. I haven't felt this since like my mom, when she went to the hospital and stuff like that, and I couldn't sleep. Yeah, same. And he said, okay, blah blah, and then I call him back, and just something about it, and he's like, you know, like I said, do you understand what I was talking about my brothers, that they're in it for themselves? And he said, unfortunately, he said, yeah. He said he did apologize to me. And I reminded him of what transpired back in March. Why did I ended up leaving and stuff like that. And it was a little bit of an impulse as well, because when I was trying to like stay, I just couldn't. But I know that I just needed to move out and be out here, because I needed some peace of mind, clarity, readjusting and revisiting my goals, my personal goals, myself and everything else. So I just needed that detachment for a split second. So he was the second sign, and the third sign, and I told him that I'll come back August 1st, but it's gonna be sooner than that. It's gonna be on Monday. So that's why this is the only video. I decided, because I called him earlier today. Well, for you guys, it's the 5th, but for me on the 4th. And he said he wasn't doing that well. Like, nothing is broken or anything. He's just having trouble moving. He have dogs, and my dog's a little bit. My dog has been like taking care of him. I sort of being around him, but just like the peeling of his like knees and stuff like that. And I think he's just like needing some help. So I was like, well, I don't have enough gas on my car. I have to wait until Monday. And he's just like, just come back. Like, no charge, no rent charge, nothing. We do have a little room, and this is why I said I need to move out. There is a room near our studio. I was gonna make the room into my art studio, but I still am, and that's where I'm gonna film after this video when I move and get myself settled there. Because there's a lot of wall space, and there's a closet. It's already built a closet. One of my brothers built this years ago, so I was like, it's perfect, because if I make a mess, it's cement. I don't have to like worry about like messing up the floors or putting out stuff like that. So I was like, yeah, and I could totally picture myself like making it in it. I'm not in the main house anymore, which it's great for me, because then I don't have to listen or whatever. I just like do whatever I want and come in and out as I please, because I'm not in the main house. And I'm gonna share the restroom with my stepfather, because he has a full restroom inside of he has like a big room, like a studio type, with a walk-in closet and all this stuff. He has like half of the house to his own, but it is his house, so you know. But so he was like, no, and I was like, oh my god, this is perfect. And I'm like, I felt like I needed to readjust, do whatever. And this what brought me to the third thing that happened. So he was the second sign, the third sign, and final, and I was like, that's it. It's because this is personal. My friend from the college came, and she got placed in the Corona Norco Unified School District, and she found out because she asked, not because I told her, that she got placed as a resident non-pay. And then she was so upset. She came around, and I said, oh my god, they're gonna do the same thing with me. And this is a full year. I cannot afford that. I took a big pay cut last year, both fall because it was personal. But then I made it up towards the end, and then spring, and that was, oh my God, I'm still under those effects, and I was like, there's just no way. I was like, there's just no way. So I was just kind of like, you know what? I was like, in my mind, I was like, no, I have to go back, and because I won't be able to afford this place. And I'm like, now it's just, and I said, I'm just gonna finish this class that I have in night, and I'm just gonna leave. And I'm like, cause everything like stalled, everything from this college has been like, I don't think it was wrong for me. I think it was a good thing I tried, because this brought me, because I was like, last night I was like, I don't want to retake that class. I just don't. And my friend said, oh, look, this is what the college answered. And I found out that all world language candidates, all of them in general, will not be paid a stipend for the residency. And I said, yeah, nah, that doesn't sit well with me. I absolutely not. So I woke up today, which is for you the 5th, but for me it's July 4th, and the fires went up. I made a decision that I'm going to completely withdraw from the college and not become a teacher. I'm just going to continue substitute teacher at my old district where I came, and obviously move back. By the time you see another video, I already have moved, because this is happening after this video will be up on Saturday, but 2 days later, most likely. I most of the stuff I didn't unpack when I came here. I was delaying unpacking, and the last time that happened, I was in another place in Washington State, and I didn't last there. I think I lasted there a few months, same thing as here, and then that was it. And then I was gone. Same thing here. That crossed my mind when I didn't have the feeling of unpacking, and it took me about 3 weeks, and I didn't finish unpacking. I put some of my clothes, a lot of my clothes, because it's not very much, and some things, and unpacked some bins, but I left a lot of it still. My watercolors are still packed, and so I'm repacking. But this is much better, because repacking it's easier, because now I could see and everything, and I could take away and move stuff. But so this is what is happening. So I woke up, and I was like, the bad thing that I have to make an email, like a email, because I cannot withdraw from any of my classes. I try, so I have to, and then the college is closed, so I have to, on Monday morning, I'm gonna give him a call, but I am gonna send an email to my director and saying all this stuff, and and also because I'm also rethinking all this stuff, and I honestly don't think I want to become a teacher, like a K-12 teacher. I avoided it for a lot of reasons, and so I'm just kind of like, you know what, I'm okay being a substitute teacher right now. And I think I had a couple of dreams about the word war. So I do have a degree in international relations, as you guys know, and I'm still highly passionate about that. So I am thinking I'm gonna revisit that and rearrange my resume, and maybe seek out and my community college in San Bernardino, because I met now, since I've been in a substitute teacher, I met a number of people, veterans, that actually work there. Maybe give them a visit. So maybe I'm gonna put in for an adjunct professor there for my field in international relations, and see what comes up. And I could probably do that as a side thing and stuff like that, which is kind of where I was heading in the first place. And then I stalled. I thought K-12 was an easier path, and it's not. And it's not hard, it's just like overwhelming, and it's just stuff that I'm not willing to do, So this is where I'm at, and that's why I said the 4th of July has brought in a lot of fireworks. So a lot of clarity for me, and so I'm happy with all my decisions that are happening, and all I know, even when I go back, it's not going to be the same, it's going to be better. and my stepfather kind of knows, and some things for him also clarified, um and he also, you know, he also knows where we at and everything. And yeah, but this is where I'm at. So this is kind of what I've been wanting to share with you guys. I did do a little bit of abstract art. I was just so drawn to this color, all these colors today, and I just I have them handy in a little box that I didn't, luckily for me, take them off, that I'm gonna take them. None of them broke, and thankfully they dropped on the movers. So this time around, I'm gonna tell the movers to, they don't have to pack anything, but everything I have packed, I want them to bring kind of like big cardboard boxes, so they could put them in there and they could just roll them down, the stairs. And yeah, and I'm gonna take everything that breaks, a lot of the stuff that doesn't have boxes, and in my truck. And yeah, and that will be that. And then, you know, like I said, everything's done. So with this, I'll leave you, and I hope you guys also find yourself to do some art, and some art to get your therapies. I have not been very active, as you can see. Like, I didn't put a video on Friday. This was gonna be that video, but I decided to push it for Saturday and all this stuff. Once I move and get myself settled, because it'll be easier and faster, because I'm gonna build in like stuff on the wall, so it'll be easier for me to grab and go. It's the same size as the other room that I used to have, but everything's not gonna be. I did notice by this move that I have a lot of art supplies. I am gonna buy like a not like a twin bed, but like a sofa bed, so I could put it in and out. Like, I don't want to, like, yeah, because I know my clock is ticking. I did get a message while I'm here that this is the right place, just the wrong time. So for whatever reason, I'm meant to be in San Bernardino, and this is good. I think it was hard for me to let go of, like, my stepfather, my dog, a lot of things that I've known, and people that are rare, they're really nice. It's just, I know my way around. That's what that is, and stuff like that. And I've been kind of secluded in here, and I don't think I like that. So I have met some people in here, but you know, that's to be explored. And I also, it brought some memories, because I'm so close to the place where I grew up, and it's just like, it brings like some good and not so good memories. But I guess that comes with the territory, you know. But anyway, so with that, I'll leave you. I hope you guys enjoy your wonderful long weekend, and there might be a live on Sunday. I'm not completely sure. There might be. Maybe if I get most of my stuff ready to go and everything. But I'll see you guys, okay? When I see you. Take care. Bye-bye.